G-Funk gonna be first up over versus Chicago. Got that Aegis trinket. Now the Wild MP let me know what that trinket name is. It's called the Aegis trinket. When you have that prismatic geometric shielding, the Aegis offsets a portion of the magic damage into the shield, like 50% or so. It's kind of like an ignore pain, but only if you ignore magic damage. If you ignore all magic in the world. Trinket for G-Funk. And Chicago trying to see if he can set up some damage and some bursts. Trying to set up some pressure on the Hunter. Looks like getting caught in the steel trap, but in the bush, we can't really tell. It's just in the bush. Literally, the bush is the size of you. Wait, Goblin actually OP? If somebody who plays the game without any health bars, is a Goblin just go sit in the bush with a green mog and you're just literally in camo. That's actually hilarious. G-Funk under a ton of pressure. Is that potential gonna be Turtle? That's the only big defensive. Chicago does not play the elemental build. They're actually running Ascendance, which is interesting. Are they gonna send the Ascend? Potentially could. Standing on top of G-Funk, gonna be that Turtle with that man advantages the Hunter. Goes for full recovery. How the Shaman has so much survivability? King Shamans have always been kind of healy. Except for Shaman's survivability is taking a bit of a hit with a recent PTR build or recent live build, but I don't think that changes on PTR just yet. Like those self heals and so many conduits that can have their healing, it's huge. They're actually gods. They literally rest the Shamans. All Shamans are rested Shamans. They all can heal. Gonna be G-Funk dropping that freezing trap onto Chicago, narrowly avoiding the damage out of Chicago, narrowly avoiding death. Quick feint with a camo. What just hit your combat? Was that a flame shock? It must have been a flame shock on the pet or something. Chicago getting absolutely blasted up by the chakra. Gonna be G-Funk just attempt to see if he can get himself a fleshcraft. Chicago's a beast. That's crazy. Yeah, they're nutty. Kal-El Jr. as a subtle rogue, dropping in the Cosmic Trinket. No trinket for Chicago until the last second. Going to be the full curing burst. Cosmic Trinket damage has been nerfed, so it's noticeable. Used to be a Giga one-shot. Chicago does go in for the wall. Try to get a Storm Strike over on the Rogue. But the Rogue does go for a blind, looking for that reset. Try to cheese out Chicago as best as he can. Get enough flame shock set up on the Rogue. The Rogue most likely trying to cook up for a big go. To quick to someone to Chicago. Chicago drops in the Ghost Tools. That's going to be lots of Maelstrom being built up. The next stun by the Rogue could be major. Kidney shot on Chicago. Could Trinket. The Rogue does avoid the Capacitor Totem. Going to be huge carrying burst on Chicago. Cheap shot, but Chicago with that quick, sneaky Chain Harvest. Harvesting Rogue for all he's worth. Taking away all that health. Kal-El does not have a vanish anymore. Only has evasion. Cloak of Shadows evasion going to be gone very soon. Chicago is able to blast out a lot of that physical damage to Kal-El. Shadow Stamps and Rogue might be able to move. Chicago with a quick, cheeky Goblin Rachel just to give himself a bit more movement. Cheap shot, Super DR. Kal-El might be in trouble, and Chicago slamming him down. And Chippo's gripping him on top of him. Got a big old hand ready to go. Chicago with an Aegis trinket offsetting a lot of the frost burst out of Chippo's. And looks like nullifying a good portion of that big burst damage. Actually, Chippo's burned through a full trinket. That trinket only takes 50% of the damage you take and offsets the magic damage into that absorb. Chippo's burned through all of it. So you burned through a big defensive from Chicago. That's actually kind of nuts. All that burst 2 minutes. What's the cooldown on a trinket? Does that take 2 minutes? That's kind of nuts. Is it? Maybe longer. I'm not sure. Silence on Chicago cannot disrupt Chillpill since they can't win sheer while silence, which gives Chillpills an opportunity to recover a bit of health. That is a cheeky little silence. That is clever. Yo, Chad, take a note from Chillpills. You can just silence a Shaman, go for a flesh count. You can do anything. They can't stop you. That's actually so clever. I don't know why my mind is blown. But actually, Death Knight is the one class that can do so many cheesy things. I remember there was Death Knight's spell stealing covenant abilities from classes, or mimicking it rather, with Dark Sim. I remember there was a guy who was doing it during the season 1. He was literally going for Night Fae spell steals of mages and just getting cooldowns back against this mage. It was nutty. I don't know if Chillpills would ever go for that. Blind on Chicago. Chillpills looking for a bit of recovery. He does go for the Death Pact, necroticing out a portion of his health. As Chillpills trying to do whatever he can just to keep himself afloat. Big up Blitz trying to see if he can split Chicago in two and just continuing to just punish the Shaman back to back to back. So far surviving, so far doing the best he can. And it's really a bit of a standstill right now as both of them are kind of down on cooldown. Chicago got some Ghost Rules rolling in very, very soon. Chill Pill so far is having a hard time recovering the Ghost potential burst right now. It's going to be Grippy Hand, going to be Aegis, going to be out for Chicago. No wall, however, so Chill Pills can still do quite a lot of damage. South in Chicago, quick Thunder, but Chicago just to give himself a breather. Still under ton of pressure. Oh! Chill Pills trying to go for a cannibalize, but actually the vent here, the after image of Chicago from Draven Soulbind does disrupt him. Going to be Speedful with immediate Shadow Strike into a disarm onto a Chill Pill. So Trick is a disarm, but Speedful I think is going to be able to get it here. There's no way you're going to recover. And my guy, how are you getting these names? Q is going to be up next. We got to call him Q. Trying to go for the big burst as a paladin. Huge burst onto Speedful. He's going to go for a vanish at the last second. Trying to go for a consecration. Doesn't quite get him. And looks like Q is going to walk on out of there. Trying to waddle it out of the park as Speedful is going to go for as many defenses as it can. Man, 22k Blitz. Damn, that's huge bonk. Oh my goodness. Yeah, at that point, if you don't have wall and every defensive, unless you can bunker down, that is really, really scary burst. Q getting hit with a kidney shot, goes for a trinket. Speedful with immediate blind. That's going to be bicycle protection for Q. As I think Speedful is the one dropping down the trinket with a cosmic grenade. Speedful just trying to see if he can survive barely on that evasion. Quick disarm to Q as soon as Blessing Protection falls off. Q still has bubble in case things go bad. Worst up, does get himself Seraphim. Looking to slam down Speedful. I think he might just have him. Does end up slamming him out of the park. Polly going to be up next as a Fire Mage Necrolord looking to land a Polly versus Q. He's going to get himself some recovery. Full Necrolord Deathborn is up. Q is just standing still. I think he knows he's over. Or either he deceived. I think he knew it was over, or either he deceived completely. These two guys know the class so well. It's awesome to see the caliber of players to duel. That's what I really enjoy. It's when the duels are really, really even. You got two champions of their class absolutely just blasting each other out. Polymolly getting frozen. As Apehunt going for a bit of a reset, took a bit of that fireball damage in the opener. That mastery, the fireball dam, it does burn you out for quite a bit, especially with Polymolly being a Necrolord. All those fireballs does generate even more damage while inside a Deathborn. Quick stun around the corner, going to be a normal blink by Polymolly as they are going to get hit with that Chimeric Poison. Has the ultimate time to reverse any of this damage from Abe. It's just letting it happen. Abe is going to have to take all that burst and do it again all over. Trying to go for an interrupt versus Polymolly, doesn't end up interrupting the Ring of Frost. As Polly continues to get Frostbolts in, might potentially go for Iceblock here. Could be in trouble. I think Iceblock needs to be used. Does go for a big heal as Cauterize gets tripped. Only 10 minutes into the duel, 35% damage, and that pet is doing quite a bit of damage. There goes the Iceblock. They all need to do whatever they can just to survive and live long enough in order to be able to get Apehunt down. I think Polymolly trying to go for the Fireball to get Combustion back quicker. Big combustion out of Polly, blinking towards Abe. Abe goes in for a camo, but still getting knocked out in the open. I think Polymolly got the cheer, so it's going to be extra long combustion. Going to be the trinket out of that stun and continue just to blast out the hunter with Pyroblast. Going to be that Chimeric. All the time used way early, so does have a way to recover a lot of health. Apehunt sitting at about half his health, does drop down and freezing trap onto Polly. Quick feign death as he goes for many bandages. Polymolly just getting chakrammed. Back to back, not much I can do about it. Still going to be more fireballs coming in for Polymolly. Maybe trying to see if he can finish for fireballs in order to get combustion back, but also to get procs of their Necrolord legendary, right? I imagine, because every time you fireball, you have a chance to activate your Necrolord Lego, which could be huge. Ring of Frost onto the pet. Polly going in for more fireballs. I think trying to see if he can focus on Abe. Polly does not have any more defenses, though. That's going to be potentially invis, but the Hunter's Mark is going to be able to see trying to recover whatever food they can. Honestly, all they can do is try to see if maybe they can line up whatever burst possible. Trying to make the last few Fire Blasts happen with Fire Blast. Just try to go for the big play. At that point, you have such high dampen, there's only so much you can do. Wild Dip is sending up full gates, and Abe goes in for that Hunter's Mark. Trying to see if he might be able to recover versus Wild MP. We're hitting that 12 minute, 30 second mark. With 46% dampening, the amount of healing these boys are going to get is heavily reduced. And Apehunt, as well as Wild Imp, both have a Mortar Strike effect from their pets. Unless Apehunt is using a different pet. I'm pretty sure Raptors all have a Mortar Strike effect. So all healing even further reduced. Wild Imp dropping in the Obelisk in order to amp up his fast casting and give his pets more damage. It's going to be big blast onto Apehunt. Actually under a ton of pressure. Going to be Primordial Bolt sending against, not Primordial. Estimated bolt getting set up. Wild Dipper should have massive demon bolts to go. There's still a Tyrant in play. It is amping up a lot of his damage. Freeze onto Wild Dipper as grenades are flying in. Waypoint goes for a feint death for a second. Wild Dipper just hits a couple more casts. It's going to be anyone's game. And Wild Dipper does end up taking him out. Well done, well done. Wow, that was actually really close. Chicago with a 1.8 million healing, trying to stave off the Frost Death Knight burst as best as they can. That is rough, man. That is really, really rough. He said everything so well, damn near impossible not to roll up CDs. Yeah, Chicago, it was a really tough one, wasn't it?